Eli, Feeding America works at a lot of levels. There's the national organization that kind of sees everything from the top down. There are the state organizations that manage their areas. But then in each state, there are regions. I believe in Florida, there are 12. You handle an 8-county area in Northeast Florida, and you're where the rubber meets the road here.
Yeah, Chip, it's a great point. There's strong networks that we rely on for resources and best practices across the state and across the country. But at our level in Northeast Florida, we have 300 nonprofit organizations that depend on us to provide them the food they need. Yeah, 300.
In an 8-county area.
And what we're talking about basically is, a lot of times people use the terms food bank and food pantry as they mean the same thing. They don't. They don't mean the same thing. So we're a regional food bank that supplies food to food pantries that clients go to for food assistance.
And that might be a local church or a charitable organization. You're the supply chain for them. So you're responsible for managing all this flow, distributing all this flow. It sounds a whole lot like farming, Eli.
I guess you could look at it that way, yeah, it's something that we just love to do. It's a common bond that all of our staff shares, is that there's a passion there for helping people.
How long have you been working with Feeding America?
12 years now.
12 years?
Yeah, 12 years feeding Northeast Florida, the last state. And so basically what I enjoy about it is that my efforts directly impact thousands of lives. And I feel like I'm doing what I'm called to do and want to do it the rest of my life. And I know a lot of people I work with feel the same way.
I think you would have to. Again, there's easier ways to make a living than being a farmer. There's easier ways to make a living than getting involved in your side of it, which to me is all connected to farming. It's all about feeding people and getting people fed. Is something that we absolutely can't do without. So you're as directly connected to farming, probably as the guy putting the seed in the ground, but that's not your typical day. Do you even have a typical day?
I would say no, we actually don't. So I was actually talking about that the other day, is that one of the things I love about working here is that there's no monotony of humdrum, same old, same old. Every single day you're doing something different, whether it be food drives or mobile pantry distributions or working with farms or work with inventory, cycle counts. There's lots of different ways to pieces of the puzzle, basically.
So other people are helping put these puzzles together and building these relationships with the individual farms. You're involved at that level as well as you go around and work with these farms. Like we're at the L&M companies in Palatka today. They're a huge partner with Feeding America and with Feeding Florida. And on your side, it's not always just farms. You're not dealing just with farms. You've got food coming from other sources too.
Sure, absolutely. One of our main focuses is the retail sector. So with the distribution centers, with the grocery stores, with manufacturers, distributors, there's also government assistance with TFAP and so forth. There's a lot of different avenues and sources and channels that we're trying to maximize to make sure we have as much safe and consumable food as possible for those that we serve.
How much food do you move in a typical year just in this 8-county region?
Just in this 8-county region, we're doing 32 million pounds a year.
32 million pounds of food a year. Now, much of that, if this process was not in place, would simply go to waste.
Correct. Yeah. So we're in the business of rescuing food that can help someone.
And again, you're feeding hungry people. And again, I keep harping on it, but we've got this face of poverty as a homeless person on the street corner. That's not the reality of hunger in this country. Certainly that is an issue. Certainly that is a problem. But the real reality is people are just having a hard time, often temporarily, making ends meet.
It's a great point. A lot of people think that homeless are the only folks that need food assistance, and while they do, the majority of folks that are in lines at mobile pantries and in lines for food assistance are renting, have jobs, have a tough time making ends meet with their families.
It really makes a beautiful circle, doesn't it? Farmers don't want to waste food. No one wants to waste food. No one wants anybody to go hungry. For you to be able to be part of an organization that fills that role and completes that circle, it's got to feel okay to get up in the morning, Eli.
Oh yeah, I love coming to work. I don't regret one bit of it. So it's intrinsically rewarding.